right? Oh, we're gonna get back to work.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, not too often we get an opportunity to celebrate, a huge, moment like this with a retirement from an individual who's been with the organization for over 40 years, right? So I will tell you that from the point that I got on this installation as a contractor to the point where I am right now, one of the staples that we've had in the organization has been George Sermon. I'm sorry, I saw George Sermon today.
We all look alike.
But when Jim reported on board, many of you were probably not even born yet, right? And when Jim looked at the transition of what we went through here at Seal Beach, many of us were probably still elementary school. Probably not, maybe me too.
Yeah, I had a bunch of kids. I worked for a bunch of kids.
Yeah. No, I will tell you that we've transitioned a lot with that crane and rigging shop. We've leaned on this guy heavily, over the years, both from his position as a crane operator and obviously as his transition over to his crane supervisor there. One of the things I can definitely say, Jim, you've done for us is that you've made our capabilities on this pier, a lot more enhanced and a lot more, successful. So he's helped us, and he's going to continue to help us as he transitions into that retirement land. He's gonna facilitate us making a really smooth transition over to the new pier as well. So with that, I'm gonna turn it over to the CEO, let him say some words, and then we'll break some bread. Sorry.
Thank you. So, with Jim retiring, how many years? 42 years total
time.
government service. For those of you that don't know, what you joined the Navy. I don't know if it's hip, I remember. So you joined the Navy, you did X number of years in the Navy,
Yes.
then you got out, went to Long Beach shipyard for a few years.
Well, for 8 years.
Then you went Air Force Reserves
In 82 to 2009.
and then you did that, then you came here.
Yeah, I was at March
March Air Force
for
Base.
9 years, and then I came here, been here for 19 years.
It's all over the place,
Exactly.
and throughout that whole time, it's all been crane and rigging, right? Or at least
Crane written up, that's what,
So-
God brought me to this world, to be a crane operator.
so he's done crane and rigging here, done crane and rigging in Iraq,
Iraq,
Turkey, mobilized everything all over the world. So resident expert that the U.S. government has relied on heavily for 42 years. So a lot of experience, and I don't know how we're gonna fill that void. I really don't. But I know you've trained a lot of people over the years, and you got the command and the base set up for success once you transition over to retirement. Which I don't know why you waited so long. You'll enjoy retirement.
and it was my B plan.
So, but with that being said, I sincerely appreciate everything you've done. You guys do it right down there at the waterfront all the time, each day. So, makes everybody's job easy knowing that there's people at the deck plate level doing it right, so you don't have to worry about it. So, I appreciate that. Appreciate all the everything you've done for 42 years for the government, and I wish you all the best. And apparently, we have a bunch of stuff to give you. So I don't know, Brian, are you gonna head that up?
I'll head that up.
And then everybody's here to see you, Jim, but everybody's here for the taco truck.
That's right.
That's right.
Bring the tacos and they shall come.
I would imagine it's about 50-50. Who's here to see you and who's here for the taco. First and foremost, I appreciate everything that you've done for this place, working for me and helping us out. Roosevelt and the commander said it very well. You've done great things. You're honorable service to our country for 42 years, and it speaks for itself. It truly does, especially amongst this audience. So, without delaying anymore, I have some certificates to present to you. This one is awarded to you in recognition of 40 years of service to your government of the United States of America. Right? So here is your certificate and also your pen that you can put with all your other gadgets and gizmos.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I appreciate it. This certificate is presented to James Rangel upon your retirement from government service of the United States of America following 40 years of loyal service. Officer of the Governor of California, I'm pleased to congratulate you upon your retirement from the United States Navy after 40 years of dedicated federal government and military service. As you retire, please know that your contributions have benefited your fellow citizens. Thank you for your commitment to helping ensure that our federal government meets the needs of all Americans. Please accept my best wishes of a fulfillment retirement. Governor Newsom. I also want to present you Navy Munitions Command, Conus West Division Command coin.
I'm all about the coin.
All about the coin. So, if anybody here actually knows Jim Rangel, he knows how passionate he is with coins. The first one running up the brow of the ship once it's established. To talk to the ship's command to try to finagle his way a coin. So, add to your collection. So also, if you're not aware of how the retirement process works, is there's a form that you fill out, and there's a bunch of checks in the block where you check all your desired, what you desire to receive. And Jim successfully checked all those blocks. So in addition to everything that he received with the certificates and the coin and the pin, also want to present a Navy Munitions Command flag as well.
All right.
It's not completely presented correctly. I apologize for that because the case that I ordered for it didn't come in yet. However, this flag was flown above the command building last Saturday, and I also present you this flag for your loyal and faithful service. That is all I have. The floor is yours.
Mine?
What was yours?
Okay. I have a little bit to talk about, not too much.
Hold on, Jim, I have one more.
Oh,
man, you gotta rock this.
So this is from the missile shop. Appreciate all your support, way testing, and all support our program. And it's not blue, Dave, is that okay? It's supposed to be
Based on the small size, you're fine.
I don't know, we could fix that.
that's what I always wanted. So when I became supervisor, had Abraham Lincoln in my office. He's been there ever since, so he's gonna share. Okay. Right there. Everybody knows my famous cup. Not, well, it is right here. So that's the one I used to drink out of. So, got Carl's time sheet right there. So, here we go. This is my goodbye Yellow Brick Road retirement, and so we all have a yellow brick road. So mine took me on a journey. And thank you. And so we all have a yellow brick road. Maybe you won't call it that, but that's what I'm calling it today, and that's what I called it for my retirement. Thank you, Elton John. So, yeah, and so through our path, we run into scarecrows that don't have a brain, and sometimes we go through the path with the Tin Man, and he doesn't have a heart, and then we go through and we find that cowardly lion that's tough, but he actually is a coward. And so it's kind of like in real life, we see these movies, and it's kind of like almost like, oh, you know, it relates to stuff like that. So, but also in the picture is my hard hat, my gloves. So, you know, it's been said that if we bring the taco truck, they will come. Here you are.
Must still be the taco man.
And, so everybody here knows about mission statements. You know, they're up on the walls, you know, and, higher command, they have a template, I believe, and they put these mission statements together and planning and execution. And then there's attributes. The attributes are the three, like for example, this one here for Seal Beach is teamwork, safety, and professional and personal development. So this is what we all live by, whether we're active duty or civilians. This is the foundation of what we do. And if you read it and take it to heart, this is what we do for our customers. We all have customers. You know, as it was said, I started my career in 1974, so it's an accumulation of my active duty, time in Iraq. I bought all that time back, that air time they call it. And so it added up to my time, and plus my annual leave and my sick leave. My sick leave is very important, and it benefited me a lot, and I just wanted to share that with you, because out of 171 people that I counted in Salcata, one person had 3,000 hours over. We know who that is. That's Mr. Allen. And one person had over 2,500 hours. That was me. 3 people had 2,000. 8 people had 1,000. 10 people had. 1 person had 900. 1 person had 800. 3 people had 700. 1 person had 600. 1 person had 500. So out of 171 people, 28 people have that kind of leave. What it does is that it's a insurance policy. So if you need it, you use it. And then at the end of the road, my yellow brick road, I took that time and I added it to my retirement. 15 months. It's still counting right now. That's 15 months added to my, I'm the old CSRS. You're looking at crane and rigging, I'm the last of the CSRS. You're looking at the last of these people here, that's me. So CSRS, Civil Service Retirement Act. But that's my point, is that only 28 people have this kind of, and they take this serious. But if you need it, you use it. But anyway, just food for thought. It's important to not abuse your leave, you know, and use it the right way, and it benefits you at the end. It benefited me. So anyway, there's one person, second class Samuel Vasquez. Are you here? Samuel Vasquez, he's right over there. Okay. One thing really important, I have to present my boss. We have to get these torque wrenches calibrated. And so I have a 37 for the NSM, Naval Strike Missile. We got a 37 torque and a 195 torque wrench. And that one couldn't be calibrated. So Mr. Longaro and Laura Hood, they have to appropriate money. That takes time. And then by the time it gets around, maybe 2-3 months later, I get the torque wrench back. That's a lot, that's a big turnaround. So when I brought them to the calibration shop in 78, I told Mr. Vasquez about this, second class petty officer, about this, and he says, leave it. I think we could work this, and he did. But what it did was that it saved me a lot of time. We didn't have to get money for it. We could get it done here for free. Cost effectiveness. And my turnaround time now was a couple of days. Right, thank you. Those are the kind of things that we work together as a team, and we try to make it better. You know, not just say, well, no, we can't do it. He figured out a way to get these wrenches, and it didn't cost him. It was a good. Thank you for that. that. So, so I did start out my career. I didn't have experience as a crane operator. I tried back in the day. There was the Herald Examiner and the LA Times, and there were pages. You get jobs. You get all kinds of jobs. And so I tried to knock on the door at Long Beach Naval Shipyard as a portal crane operator. Got shot down. Put in for a hydraulics technician, which I did in the Navy. I was a machinist, mate A-gang on the Nimitz, and there was no room. I couldn't get the job. And then I got another call for a bridge crane operator. So Harold Johnson and Jim Gowder, they interviewed me and they took me up to a crane and they said, Jim, you mind we call you Jim? And I was called James. They called me. So yeah, call me Jim. I guess that sounded more manly back in the day, right? So then Jim has been my work name ever since. So I went up there with Valentine. He was an old crane operator like I am today, and I worked it. And then when I came down, Harold Johnson, and he said, Jim, we're gonna take you on, but we're gonna give you 3 months, and if you practice to run a crane, and if you work out, we're gonna keep you. How does that sound? And I said, sure, I'll do it. And so every day I practice and I practice and I practice my mind, my dexterity, working the crane. I was so tired, but I worked it, and I got to be pretty good where they even put me in machine shop. It was very precision work, putting these turbines for ships on lathe machines. All the big old 40-foot shafts weigh 20 tons. I did all that with riggers. Mad Dog was my rigger. He was my mentor. His name was John Parker, but we used to call him Mad Dog. He used to have a bad temper, so I used to call him Mad Dog. Anyway, but that was my opportunity, and so what I want to say to you today. Oh yeah, by the way, excuse me if I become the Incredible Hulk, but so I even have my belt buckle from the USS Kidd. They flew my retirement flag for the day, colors. I got that. Very honored. So, let's see. You know, I'm no one special. I'm just a common person with common thoughts. I've lived a common life all my life. You know, and there won't be no monuments named after me, but when I leave here, you'll forget about me. That's why I got the taco truck, so maybe you'll 30 days. But, here's one. So, all you fives out here, there's a bunch of fives here. So, I want to tell you that there's let me see how I could say this. So, this is from Rocky Balboa. You know, remember him? All right. So no one hits harder than life itself, right? We can agree with that. But it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's what winning is all about. So if you feel you're worth something, go out and get what you're worth. But don't go around telling people that you're not where you're at because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. Hold that thought. So, the Screen Actors Guild gave me this, miniature Oscar for Best Actor in a Lifetime Achievement in Civil Service. What do they think I am? Shirley Temple? When they want to sing Animal Crackers, people don't even know Shirley Temple. They used to call her Curly Top. But anyway, you know, I could do Animal Crackers. You guys gotta watch the movie. But you like that show? But there is I saw something in the plan of the week, and it was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and he said, "Happiness is not the mere passion of money. It lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of creative effort." That's a good man. Very good. I like that. So, which brings me down to another mission statement, and this is from the Air Force, and this is one's my favorite. Okay, not to criticize. I'm not trying to criticize the Navy, but I served 27 years in the Air Force. I also did command work for 3 years for General Whaley, and we were in the hallway one day, a 2-star general, and he would tell me, you know, Sergeant Rangel, what we want is we want to make when we do staff visits, what you know in your job, that's what you're a professional in, and that's what you need to look at when you're doing staff visits, and that's what I want all my people to do. But one of the mission statements was ensure our units are manned, ensure our members are trained, pass inspections. When you have all these guests come around, the ESOs, environmental, base safety, they're only there to help us be better and not get in trouble. They're not there to give us a hard time. You need to stop that. Greet them and they're gonna help us to be better. That's the name of the game, okay? And we do it safely. See that word keeps coming up in these attributes, safety. They say, and do it safely. And the Navy even says, do it safe, right? So, I have another quote from President Nixon. Okay, the greatness comes not when things go wrong, always good for you, but the greatness comes when you're really tested. Okay, when you take some knocks, some disappointments, when sadness comes, because only if you've been in the deepest valley can you ever know the magnificent it is to be at the highest mountain. My highest mountain was being a crane and rigging supervisor. You know. So for the last, what is it? 5 years, 7 months, and 19 days as the supervisor for crane and rigging. But in reality, I think of it this way, you know. I just want to say that Jim Rangel was just a meat hook in which to hang the crane and rigging department. And the best thing that ever happened to me would be being the crane and rigging supervisor. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. God bless all of you. Bye. Jim out. All my guests, I thank Captain Captain O'Brien, Mr. Bailey, Executive Director of the base, all my command supervisors, everybody, thank you so much for your time. This meant a lot to me. Thank you so much for being here today. Let's go break some tacos.
All right.